All right. Hey, how's it, everybody? It is 5 p.m. West Coast time, 3 p.m. Hawaii time, 8 p.m. on the East Coast, and 7 p.m. for our Central Time folk. It is January 1st, 2023. Happy New Year, everyone. Yes, sirree. Rick, Happy New Year's. Yes, you got a strange feeling that 2023 is going to be one of those odd years. I think you might be onto something there, my friend. Yes, indeedy. I hope everybody had a great time last night, sleeping or celebrating. Either way, I hope you were doing what you wanted to do. All right, so even though it's just Rick and I in the house, we're going to get the party started. All right, it looks like we've got Darlene sneaking in. And before I forget, let me remember, it's time for the music. That's right, let's turn on the music, shall we? All right then, so looks like my audios are looking maybe okay. All righty then, happy January 1st to you, Darlene and Rick. Curious what you guys did. I'm gonna guess you went to sleep, and I'm hoping that you were able to sleep through the celebration. Hey, E-Music, good to see you. Aloha to you. Last night, I did something I haven't done in years. I actually went out to a bar for New Year's Eve. That being said, the bar that I go to is full of old people, and so it closed at 10:30. So then I went home at 10:30. So, woohoo! 49 years old. I still know how to live it up. That's right. So, but you know, yeah, 10:30. Actually, if you really want to know the truth, I closed the bar down. I stayed until 10:44. That's right. 10:44 is when I actually left the bar, even though it closed at 10:30. So, yeah, we were wild. I'm telling you, we were wild. Or maybe not. Cindy Krause, excellent. Good to see you here. Rick, same here. We stayed in and said Happy New Year about 10 p.m. Right, exactly. I expected, actually, most of the folks after Satterbox at the cinema, it ended so early, so, you know, everyone's like 9 p.m., so, you know, between 9 and 10, everyone can get their whoop-de-whoop on, and then it's time to go to sleep, basically. Or between 10 and 11 for our East Coast folks, now that I think about it. So, I do hope, though, that if you were sleeping during the new year, that you were able to sleep through any kind of fireworks that may or may not have gone off in your neighborhood. Now, I know that fireworks traditionally are for the July 4th holiday, but New Year's Eve does get a smattering here and there. Now, if I ruled the world, New Year's Eve is when the fireworks would happen, because the fire danger for them is so much less, at least in the northern hemisphere it is. Whereas July, it's just like, oh, I love fireworks, but please don't catch anything on fire. Please don't catch anything on fire. And then Pussycat, lightweights, you stayed up till 2 o'clock. Oh, I stayed up until 2 o'clock. I just wasn't out and about. I was at home. I was at home doing something that I do almost every New Year's for the last probably 5 or 6 years. And I know that it's crazy. You guys will totally, I'm sure you'll think less of me once I tell you what I do on New Year's Eve. I color in coloring books. I take my coloring books out and I color in my coloring books. This is what I usually do for New Year's Eve. Yes, that's right. The wild and crazy purple-haired tattooed lady, she colors in her coloring books on New Year's Eve. Yeah, there you have it. And Pussycat, though, so good to see you. It's been a little minute since we've seen you in the chat. Curious what you were doing up at 2 a.m. Were you lighting off the fireworks? Were you whooping it up at a party? Were you coloring in your coloring book too? And E-Music, you only heard 2 fireworks go off at midnight. Yeah, I was surprised at how few fireworks I heard in my neighborhood as well. And I know that there was a big fireworks show going off at the Space Needle at the Seattle Center. And I was going to show you that that firework display, but I watched it this morning, the video of it, and I don't really... Basically, the smoke from the fireworks it just sort of enveloped. I guess there was no wind last night, and so the smoke from the fireworks just hovered in the air and basically just covered the entire fireworks display, at least from the angle at which that particular camera was videotaping it. And so it was like, well, this just looks like a bunch of pink and red smoke. That's not pretty. So I won't be we won't be sharing that video with you today. Sorry, it just was not worth it. It was remarkably unimpressive. And so I hope that in real life it was much more impressive, because the video of the Space Needle fireworks show last night was just meh. But it was all because the smoke didn't dissipate. So there you have it. And Cindy Krause, you made some lentil soup, lit a fire, and hung out with yourself and your kitties. That sounds like a plan. And Darlene, you have a coloring book too? Fantastic. E-music, you coloring books. You have 250 crayons. You love to color too. Yeah, 250 crayons. That's impressive. I only have the, I don't know how many crayons it's in it, but it's one of the bigger Crayola boxes. One of the big ones that has the, the sharpener in the back. But I don't think it's got 250. I think it might only have, 120 or something like that. So yeah, E-music, I'm a little bit jealous of your crayon collection. And let's see here. Darlene, your neighborhood was very quiet this year. Other years we always had some, but not so much this year. There you go. And Rick, okay, so it was totally freezing, fog, sleet kind last night. Oh yeah, definitely then. Super stoked that you stayed home. Nani aloha, so happy to see you here. Fantastic, happy new year to you. And Pussycat, you celebrated the new year with the wife on the stroke of midnight. Sounds like a plan. Nani aloha, the 64. No, actually, it's a bigger one than the 64. That's why I'm like, I think it's 100 and something. It's as big as I thought they get, but 250? Clearly, I did not know that they have ones. I didn't know that they had that many colors, assuming we're talking about a Crayola set. Granted, there could be multiple sets that have accumulated to 250 now that I think about it. But yeah. Crayons. Who knew we could talk about crayons today? And E-music, good point. People up in your neck of the woods probably don't necessarily like hanging out in the snow for the fireworks at midnight kind of thing. And Darlene, exactly. You did watch some Hawaiian fireworks videos. They really know how to do it up there in their celebrations. Yeah, I thought of showing a couple videos from Hawaii as well, because yeah, they know how to throw down when it comes to fireworks. I saw a little news clip where the police were imploring people, don't hang out on the freeway to watch the fireworks. You're going to get a ticket and it's dangerous. And of course, a million people did that anyway, apparently. But I don't understand why anybody needs to go to the freeway to watch the fireworks, because it looks like, from the videos that I could see, all you had to do was just look up in any direction and you would see a fireworks display worthy of any professional fireworks display you've ever seen in your life, because the people of Hawaii love their fireworks. At least that's my impression. I'm not trying to tell the people of Hawaii, I'm not trying to stereotype the people of Hawaii, but it seems like plenty people really love their fireworks on the islands of Hawaii. Okay, E-music, your 250 is made up from several different types. Got it. Okay. Because I was just like, wow, that's a really big 250, Crayola box there. Let's see here. E-music has quite the art collection. She does some pretty amazing drawings. I wouldn't say that mine are amazing or anything. And yeah, beautiful penmanship. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've noticed. But I still enjoy the you know, coloring in the coloring books, even if I'm not that good of a colorer. I do stay in all the lines, though. I will say that. Oh, e-music. Okay, it's the tall condos that block the view of the fireworks and the sky. Okay, I can see that logic now. Well, obviously, whoever sets up the video cameras for the news clips has the good vantage point, because to me, it just seems like they are everywhere. To be seen in any which direction, right? So, but right. Tall condos, that makes sense. All right. Setting me straight. Good to know. Okay, so, today, I thought I would share something that I was going to share it last night, but it just didn't really feel right. So for all of you who are here today, who were at Statterbox at the cinema last night, we watched a video, a documentary on Nona Beamer, Aunty Nona Beamer. She was the mom of Keola and Kapono Beamer, who were a duo in the 70s, and both of them are still musicians, solo type, on their own these days. And I wanted to share with you a video that Leno made covering a Beamer Brothers song. And I was going to show it last night, but it was like, no, I think I just want to focus on the family's music. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to have our Leno break a little earlier in the day, but I wanted to basically do it as a continuation from last night's theme. So let's go real quick like a bunny and watch this wonderful Leno tune called This Is Our Island Home. And that is by the Beamer Brothers.
Love for this land formed in our soul. clouds in the sky have spun. This is our island home. We are her sons. We are young men of this country, young men of this land. We were born where the streams will flow. Our fathers work the land. As every night turns into dawn, we will be the ones to carry on. Love for this land formed in our souls, like clouds in the sky have spun. This is our island home. We are her son. We are her sons. Keola Beamer.
All right, there we have it. I don't know. Let's see here. All right, so I'm not sure what Rick was trying to do there, because for a second when I saw what Rick just posted, I was like, oh, did my cat just do that? Because my cat's over here being a little weirdo, but no. And Nani Aloha, how beautiful. What is the name of this song Leno is singing? It is, I believe the song is called This Is Our Island Home, and it's a Keola Beamer song. Actually, I think it might be back from when Keola and Kapono were working together, but Leno refers to it as a Keola Beamer song, so it might be from a Keola, from his solo era. But you can find it on Leno's YouTube channel, Kaupe'epe'e, and if you go do a video search, it is, if you search actually just Beamer, it'll be the very first song that comes up on that list. And so it is a beautiful cover, and it is one of the songs that I did think about playing last night because I wanted to emphasize just how important and how far-reaching Nona Beamer's influence has been in our culture, in the Hawaiian culture, and getting Hawaiian culture out to the world. And it continues to this day with people like Leno carrying on her son's musical traditions. And of course, without their mother, their sons would never be. So, E-Music coming in. Okay, so you think it was written by Keola, but the song was on the Beamer Brothers' first album. Okay, perfect. Like I said, I thought that was the case, but anytime you guys know better, you know I need you to come in with the facts. Just the facts, because I don't always have them. So, let's see here. Rick, your message was so good. It was the perfect message is what it was. And, but like I said, when I saw that little Scooby-Doo of whatever characters, I was pretty sure it was my cat that, that posted that. And, Darlene, I'm so happy that you were impressed with the documentary that was played last night. You hadn't heard of them and you really enjoyed it. Yeah, like I said, the documentary really was about Nona, but the Beamer brothers and their mother are so intertwined and basically a continuation of a story. I was super excited to get all that info out there, and also I'm not sure. I don't have any other movies like that lined up, but it did seem like so many of you enjoyed the documentary that that I am going to be looking into other movies like that to show if you guys are interested, because Satterbox at the cinema, sure, okay, that's great. We can have fun. We can watch. We can point and laugh. But occasionally it's nice to watch a good little movie, you know, that you learn something from. And it sounds like, or it seems like a lot of all y'all were having a good time last night. And it seems like y'all learned a little bit. I know I learned a little bit when I watched the documentary the first time. And when I watched the documentary the second time, I picked up a couple more things. So yeah, I'm thinking about looking for a couple more documentaries like that, so we can occasionally share them on Satterbox at the cinema. And let's see here. Oh no, Rick's emotes broke and you're a habut baby. And I'm not sure why your emotes have broken. And let's see here. Darlene, she's showing off her emotes. Nani Aloha's showing off her emotes. And eMusic, you're not sure if it was the first album, but an early one titled Honolulu City Lights. I want to say, from what I read when I was picking out the videos to show last night, I think that was their first album. But we all know. Do not quote me. And eMusic, you have a DVD called The Forest by Eddie and Myrna Kamai. It's one Shock never showed, and you can send it to me. If you wish to send me that DVD, I will happily add it to my collection and then return that DVD back to you. I would be super stoked if we could share that on Satterbox at the cinema. But if you don't want to risk sending the DVD, I totally understand that. But if you do want to send the DVD, I will definitely what am I trying to do? Copy it and then send it back to you so you can keep it as part of your collection. And oh no, Rick, the emote your subscription expired 5 minutes ago, so now your emotes don't work. Oh no. You know, I don't know. Oh, I'm not on the right. I can't gift a sub to you right now. I'm not in the right place. We'll get you resubbed up sometime, Rick. Don't worry. And Ann Ware, Happy New Year to you. Good to see you here. It is awesome to have everyone here on this new year. And I am wondering if any of y'all have any New Year's resolutions. And I'm also wondering, what is a New Year's resolution? Because someone at the bar asked me a little while ago whether or not I do New Year's resolutions. And I said, no, not really. I've only really done 2 in my life that I was successful at. And he was like, oh yeah, what's those? And I was like, well, one year, a few years ago, I resolved to learn how to cook rice properly. And I've done that. I was like, and then the next year, I resolved to try fermented foods and to try sauerkraut and kimchi. And I did that. And he just looked at me, he's like, those are not resolutions. Those are not resolutions. Resolutions, he tells me, are, resolutions, they tell me, this person tells me, is like how to better yourself, right? Or a bad habit you try to stop. And he's just like, not learning how to make rice. And I don't know, I thought that learning how to make rice is a really good resolution. I learned a lot that year. Making rice is not nearly as easy as you think it is. And after I learned how to make rice, I realized that a lot of people not only make rice badly, they just don't know how to make it. They just literally don't know how to make it. I mean, people are telling me, well, you use 2.5 times the water as you use the rice. And it's like, no, you do not. So I was just wondering. Now, eMusic, you do what you call intentions. Now, intentions, that's good. And to me, I guess, would intending to learn to make rice be called an intention? I don't really know. But apparently what I considered a resolution, I guess it doesn't qualify as a resolution. It's just a thing that I decided to do. And I didn't really know that there was rules for resolutions, but I guess there are. So Puzzycat, a bad habit that you try to stop, I suppose this resolution is there one that you made this year. And Rick, you stopped making revolutions way back in the 60s. That's good, because we've had too many revolutions. We don't need any more revolutions. Now, I happen to notice that there seems to be quite a lot of crickets coming from the chat right now in regards to the question, so did any of you make resolutions? And it looks like maybe, no, y'all didn't. And that's fine and dandy with me, because apparently my resolutions that I make aren't even resolutions to begin with. And let's see here, you can't do it. I'm sorry, I'm habitual. I don't believe that I can do it. Option, good to see you. That's right. None of us in the chat have any bad habits. That's why you didn't need to make any resolutions. Of course. And Darlene, you used to do them, but not so much anymore. Maybe I could try again. One was to lose some weight and improve my blood panel numbers, and I've dropped about 50 pounds and kept it off 3.5 years. And your numbers on your panel have greatly improved. Yeah, well, okay. I don't know if you had the resolution to do that for sure. I mean, it says you did, so there you go. Phenomenal. And keeping that weight off for so long, that is, that's harder than losing the weight, in my opinion. As someone who's had a life of this kind of thing when it comes to weight, I think that keeping it off for the 3.5 years is actually more impressive than losing the 50. And losing the 50 is flippin', flirpin', flying, forkin' impressive. That's right, flying the forks, you better believe it. And let's see here. And no, I don't do resolutions because they always get forgotten after February. Good plans can happen at any time of the year. That's a good one. That is a very good way to look at it, for sure. And Darlene, yeah, I bet your doctor and you were very happy about it too. Totally. That's it, Naughty Aloha. That is it. Flippin', flirpin', flying, forkin'. Impressive. More impressive than the flying forks, but still impressive. Yeah, I feel very proud of you, even though I don't know why I feel proud of you, because I had nothing to do with it, but I still feel very proud of you. So that is super, super awesome. And let's see here. Rick coming in, it was your pandemic weight program and made it easy. You even lost 30 pounds at that time too. Oh my God, look at you guys getting all skinny during the pandemic. That's fantastic. And option, you resolve not to make any resolutions. Okay, I appreciate that. That, I think, falls under a resolution, unlike apparently my fake resolutions, eating fermented foods and making rice, which is unacceptable, apparently. So, all right. Rick, you resolved to drink a foamy mug of beer. Cheers! There you go. All right, you guys. So I don't know. As you can tell, I have a cat over here who is just like begging for my attention today. I don't know what has gotten into her, but Ashes is full of piss and flippin' vinegar today, and she is just going nuts. So she is bringing in 2023 on a high note, and hopefully I will be able to get her close enough into the camera frame so you can see her, but I have to pretend like I'm not trying to do that, because otherwise she'll get wise. Exactly, Darlene. Am I on the side giving scratches to Ashes? You know it, baby doll. You know it. And let's see here. Naughty Aloha, you're impressed that you knew I had to learn to make rice. That's so cool. Yeah, I'm telling you. And now that I know how to make rice, it's actually, you know what, Nani? It's not cool, because here's the deal. Now that I know how to make rice, and let me rephrase that, I only know how to make 2 varieties of rice. That's the Calrose medium grain style, and then the traditional long grain American style. Not basmati, not jasmine. Those were the only 2 that I focused on, because those are generally the ones that I eat the most of. And I went into the new year thinking, I'm going to learn how to make all the rices. And then when I went down that rabbit hole, I was like, that will take a lifetime. Why don't we just focus on a couple of them? And so, so when I say that I know how to make rice, I actually only know how to make 2 different kinds of rice. But now that I know how to make those rices, I'm a little bit, I'm a little bit of a rice snob, right? People do not really know how to make rice. And where you don't have a resolution, but you and Ben and Jerry are gonna take some time off from each other. That is a very good plan. Ben and Jerry, they've been known to hang out at my house way too much. They need to go find their own lives, is what it boils down to. I can appreciate that. And let's see here. And yeah, Darlene, exactly. Rice isn't really as easy to make it as you would think, not the right way. It can be mushy, it can get to, or you can, God forbid, it's hard in the center. You know, you want it fluffy, but you still want them to be, yeah, there's a lot going on. And Pussycat, no, the kitty is not in heat. She has been fixed for several years. I don't know what has gotten into her today. Not only does she want my attention and belly rubs and ear scritches, she has been running in and out of the house. She somehow got under the sink in the kitchen and was chasing her tail in this tiny little enclosed area. And she's just been wrecking havoc today in a good way, but I don't know what got into her. She's just very excited for the new year, clearly. And yes, Anne, Ben and Jerry do get around. They absolutely get around. And let's see here. And Darlene, that was one of my weaknesses too. I had to force myself to not even buy it and bring it in the house or it would be eaten. Yeah, absolutely. That's, yeah, if Ben and Jerry's is invited into the home, yeah, Ben and Jerry's doesn't hang out for very long. And let's see here. E-Music, did the kitty get spooked by the firecrackers? No, actually, I don't know what it is about these 2 cats. Actually, none of my cats really have ever been that freaked out by fireworks. I don't know why. When I had a dog, the dog, when they got really old, kind of got freaked out by fireworks. But the cats don't really care. They have indoor-outdoor access due to the cat door. And so if they're outside when the fireworks happen, they just come running inside and hang out inside. You know, that's basically as freaked out as they get. So I feel really lucky about that because I love fireworks. In fact, earlier today, I kind of had a controversial topic on my Facebook page about fireworks because a lot of people don't like them. I'm a huge fan, and I'm very lucky that I am able to have animals that don't make it difficult to be a huge fan of fireworks. Now, as much of a fan of fireworks as I am, I'll be the first to admit, I'm not the one lighting them off. I don't want to burn money like that, because basically fireworks is just burning money. And I don't got enough money to just burn the money. But for those of all y'all who want to burn the money, I will happily watch your fireworks display, because I love fireworks. And, oh, Darlene, thank you so much for the 300 biddies. That is excelente. My kittens will be excited for that, as am I. And Anne, the Ben and Jerry's guy are always winking at you in the freezer aisle, those flirts. I'm telling you, man, there are some aisles I cannot go down, and that is one of them, because Ben or Jerry will totally just be like, hey, baby, come check out my caramel swirl. Hey, baby, look at my brownie fudge. Hey, baby, you know you want that marshmallow, you know, and it's just like, I know, you know my weaknesses, Ben and Jerry, you know my weaknesses. Stop tempting me. Option, you love fireworks too? Awesome. So did you, were you, yep, that's my question, Option, right there. Yeah, answer that. All right, one more time. Option, in Kaneohe, was there a lot of fireworks last night? Did you get to watch them from your condo? Did you go someplace special? That's what I'm trying to ask you. Words are hard. But tell me about your fireworks that you got to see last night, Option, because I'm going out on a limb and guessing that you might have seen a firework or two last night because, as we mentioned earlier, fireworks are something that Hawaiian people, the locals, know how to do it. And, let's see here, Darlene. Yep, I don't go down certain aisles too. I even gave a lot of the extra Christmas cookies away, so not here for me. Oh, I hear that. Yeah, actually, Darlene, I have to say, the fact that you made so many and still had them to give out is a testament to your self-control. Because, yeah, I tried one of Darlene's cookies, or actually I tried a couple of Darlene's cookies, and there were some cookies that disappeared quicker than I care to admit, shall we just say. Yeah. And Option, you got to watch from home. So many all over the place. It was the best. Like a professional show every quarter mile. I know, exactly. That's what it looked like on video, too. And Pussycat, it doesn't matter that fireworks are illegal in Hawaii. I know that fireworks are illegal in Hawaii. Billy V is totally right. Fireworks are illegal in Hawaii. I don't think it matters. Here's the deal. Laws don't change culture. Culture changes laws. There are going to be all sorts of laws against fireworks, but the people are going to find them, and the people are going to use them if they can. And if you do a quick video search for Oahu fireworks New Year's, you will be amazed at the beauty of the explosions and you'll be amazed at the beauty and the immensity and the intensity and the overwhelming everywhereness that fireworks is or are. I mean, it's so funny. Yeah, exactly. Right, Pussycat, exactly. You saw Billy as the sky was behind him. Right, it's just like, fireworks are illegal. Please ignore everything you see going on around me. It's just kind of funny that it is illegal and yet so prevalent. I mean, it truly is. Fireworks truly are a case of the people are going to do what the people want, regardless of what the law says. If there's enough of them who are willing to break the law will be broken. And Poppy Shaney, good evening to you. Happy New Year. So glad you could join us. I'm about to make you a little bit embarrassed because I haven't talked about it yet. I haven't talked about it yet today, and I haven't talked about it before, but I'm going to talk about it now. And Poppy Shaney, he knows what I'm talking about. All y'all don't probably, but I know what I'm talking about, and so does he. You guys. Okay, as you might have known, we sometimes talk about hockey on this particular stream. And if you've been here long enough, you might know that Poppy Shaney is a season ticket holder for the Sharks, the San Jose Sharks. And he's been a season ticket holder since their inaugural season in 1991, which is kind of a big deal. In fact, we've already seen a video a few weeks ago of the Sharks giving a swag bag to Anson, his grandson. Well, as it turns out, Poppy Shaney got a little bit of a swag bag as well, although it was a grown-up version. First, it started, let's see here. Where are we going here? All right. Oh no. I think I did something that I didn't do right. All right, well, if I didn't do this, I think, I might be missing a picture. But first, Poppy Shaney, last week, was invited to go have lunch for some mysterious reason with the Sharks and a bunch of fancy pants people. Special lunch. He tells me, I was invited to a special lunch. They still haven't told me why. I was invited to bring a guest and have lunch with 3 people. Those 3 people were Randy Hahn, Dan Ruzanowski, who has been broadcasting for the Sharks since day one, 32 years, and he got to eat lunch with Mike Grier, a former NHL player who played over 1,000 games. And his brother is the general manager for the Miami Dolphins football team, etc., etc. Now, what we're looking at here, and now I had a picture of all those people, which I did not apparently load, which now I feel foolish, so I'm going to have to get it. I'll show it to you later in the stream. But this stuff is part of the swag bag that Poppy Shaney got for being a day one ticket holder. And so an autographed sweater by from Doug Wilson. And Doug Wilson was the very first captain of the Sharks. He went on to become their general manager for over 20 years, and he's in the Hockey Hall of Fame as a player and an executive. The sweater he signed is a reproduction of the original Sharks sweater from 1991, their very first season. And so Poppy Shaney not only got the sweater and the bottle of wine, but he also, see, and this is where I'm going to be getting Poppy Shaney embarrassed, he also got
as we recognize Mark and
a shout out
and Kurt Cheney, loyal Sharks 365 members who have been with us for all 31 seasons. Please join me in thanking and congratulating Mark, Beverly, and Kurt on this incredible 10-year milestone.
All right, Sharks fans,
Oops, had to get back to my face. And so, yeah, so he got a shout out at the game. He got some wine. I'm not sure if it's collectible or drinkable. We'll have to take a closer look at that label. But yeah, basically, Poppy Shaney and his son got to eat lunch with some really important people. And like I said, he sent me a silly kitten. He sent me a picture of the crew, and I managed to forget to upload it. So I'm going to do it right now. Let's see if I can do it real quick like a bunny. Probably not, but we're going to try it anyway. Let's do that, and then let's do this, and then let's do this, and then let's do this, and then I'm so glad you guys are patient with me, because sometimes I do things like this. And so this was, boom, this was the group of folks, Poppy Shaney on one side, his son on the other side, and then those three folks in the middle. Those are the important mucky mucks that took them out to lunch a couple weeks ago, or maybe a week ago. And Poppy Shaney was not sure what was going on at that point, and later on, he found out that he knew what it was. He found out what it was all about. It was all about the fancy pants gifts and being a 30-season ticket holder, 30-year ticket season holder, season ticket holder. Wow. You'd think for someone who talks like I do, I would know how to talk like I do, but apparently I don't. And there you have it. So we have our own Sharks, our little Sharks, a little Sharks celebrity, as it were, in our midst. And I want to thank Poppy Shaney for sharing the pictures with us and sharing the story with us. And even though Poppy Shaney told me he didn't really appreciate being called out on the scoreboard because he's a little bit of a private person, so even though he told me he's a little bit of a private person, I'm still highlighting him right now. So, you know, I don't know if he regrets sharing with all the Statterbox crew his little achievements because he likes being a private person. But alas, I'm gonna brag about how he is a Sharks super fan. And let's see here. I think Darlene asked who 24 is. And number 24, I think, was the Doug Wilson. Doug Wilson was the first captain of the Sharks, and he went on to become their GM for over 20 years. So he's like a big deal, apparently, in the Sharks universe. But Poppy Shaney, If number 24 is not what I just said, then please, by all means, correct me, because, yeah. And oh, good. I'm glad that even though you were a little bit embarrassed about the scoreboard call out, that you think the game was super fun the other night. So who did they play the other night, Poppy Shaney? And also, what, how far into the season are we in hockey right now? Like, are we near the end? Are we in the middle? And then my next question is, are the Sharks doing well this season? Because I know some seasons they do really well and some seasons not so much. My best friend is a Sharks fan, Sharks fanatic, so I get to hear a little bit about it. And let's see here. Yeah, exactly, Darlene. Poppy Shaney is a very good guy, very caring, but yeah, just a bit shy. And and Poppy Shaney, I'm just not one of those look at me people, which is why I just went, look at him. Sorry. But sharing with Statterbox is okay. Good. And Doug Wilson was 24, and he's a great guy in real life. Fantastic. Pussycat, you have one from the guy from that 70s show, Ashton Kutcher. Awesome. You know, Ashton Kutcher is actually an interesting celebrity. I watched him give a speech to a bunch of kids once, and I have to say, he is, at least during that speech, and a lot of the little random publicity things I've seen with him, he seems like a very down-to-earth person. Even though he's married to Mila Kunis, or whatever her last name is, one of the most gorgeous women in the world, and, he ain't too bad looking himself, and he's got a successful, TV and film career or whatever. He's got a lot of reasons to be a little hoity and toity, right? But he strikes me as someone who's very down to earth whenever I've seen interviews with them, and I really think I might like that guy as a person, not just a celebrity. And, let's see here. Poppy Shaney saying they played the Philadelphia Flyers 1/3 through the season. Okay, the Sharks are playing hard, and they are right now out of the playoffs. Well, we've still got 2/3 of the season for them to get back in the playoffs, right? Right? And let's see here. I missed what options said, or maybe not. And Pussycat, you've forgotten more than you actually have. Right, exactly. And Darlene, oh, that's right. I forgot that Ashton was married to Demi Moore. Yeah, well, they've long since broken up. But that's right. I totally forgot that he was he married to her for a little while, or were they just boyfriend and girlfriend? I forgot completely that he was with Demi Moore. That's right. He was with Demi Moore, but now he's with Mila, and which by the way, you guys, check this out. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you okay, E-Music, they were married, and Pussycat, she wasn't a very nice person. I don't know that about her, but I will take your word for it. And Terry in Scotland coming in with a party of 7. Oh my God, you guys. Super stoked. Carl in Arkansas, good to see you. Gina, how's it? All right. And we right now are really talking a whole lot about nothing much of anything. What we actually, at this very moment, you Raiders, at this very moment, what we're talking about is Hollywood gossip. And it's not even Hollywood gossip as much as just little Hollywoodness. All right, so Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher. I don't know if they're married now or if they're just together. I think they might be married. Either way, I think they've got kids together. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. They're together now as adults. But they first met each other while working on that 70s show back in the day. Like in the 90s, I think, was when that 70s show came out. We're not going to talk about that. So they worked together. That's how they met, was on that 70s show. And as if you watch that show, you would know that Jackie was Mila's character, and I don't remember what Ashton's character's name was. Anyway, Jackie and his character, they were boyfriend and girlfriend in that show. Well, as it turns out, Kelso, thank you, Kenny. Kenny coming in with the excellenteness, the one and only word that I was desperately looking for. Kelso. Gina, you got it too. All right, so Jackie and Kelso were boyfriend and girlfriend in that show. Prior to that show, while filming that show, Mila Kunis was only 15 years old. She lied to get the part because they didn't want to hire any actors or actresses that were under 18. And so when she auditioned for the part, she let them know that she was not 18. And then the casting producers or the casting people asked her, "Will you be 18?" To which she responded, "Yes, I will be 18." Now, they didn't ask her when she would be 18, and she very specifically answered it in a very vague way. She was 15 when she answered it, and her intention was, yes, I will be 18 someday. So she was 15. She didn't have a whole lot of experience with boys in real life. And the very first kiss that she ever had was with Kelso on the show. In her real life, her first kiss was Kelso, her boyfriend, and now, decades later, they end up as a couple together. And I just think that is the cutest little twist of Hollywood fate. I don't know, it warms my heart. It's just like, oh, Jackie and Kelso really were meant together. We're meant to be together. And that's right, Kenny, she is from Ukraine, and it's Kunis, not Kundis. I keep saying Kundis. You're right, it's Mila Kunis. And Darlene, yeah, I think that the casting people aren't really the ones who, I'm assuming, okay, Darlene, good question. I'm surprised they really didn't ask for proof. I'm assuming that the casting people don't have anything to do with that kind of paperwork, which is why they wouldn't have asked, I guess. I mean, it's a good question. How did she slip through the cracks like that? I'm not really sure. But I remember reading that story when that 70s show was still around, and how she was the youngest cast member. She was the only one that was under 18, and she basically lied in order to get the role, because she was supposed to be 18, and they thought she was, but not so much. Not so much. And yeah, I think it is a super cute little twist that, her first kiss on screen, well, in real life and on screen, ended up being with someone that, she actually ended up with. And yes, Kenny, that's right. Mila is also the voice of Meg on Family Guy. That's right. I forgot about that. Okay, this is going into the realm of, does she really know what she's talking about or not? And I'm gonna err on the side of or not, but I feel like the first season of Family Guy, Mila was not the voice. Someone else voiced it in the first season. But I might be wrong. And let's see here. Rick, it's probably just a Hollywood story. They get all your information for pay stubs and taxes. Yeah, they do eventually, but the people who are casting, that's what I mean. They're not the ones who handle that paperwork. And so by the time she was hired and contracts were being written and the like, it was I guess they found out basically. I mean, they knew she was 15 when they were filming. I mean, because there's laws that that underage actors and actresses have to do so much schooling on set or blah blah blah. So they did know, but like when they hired her, they didn't. On the other hand, Rick, you are probably right. It probably is just a Hollywood story, but you know what? I don't care. I like it. It's a cute story. I like her little wordplay. It's like, yes, I will be 18. It's like, I won't be 18 tomorrow, but I will be 18. I think it's awesome. If she outsmarted him like that, it makes me giggle. That's all I'm saying. And Terry in Scotland, Melina Markova, no. Markovna, oh, hold on, I gotta get back there, was born into a Ukrainian Jewish family on August 14th, 83 in, I'm gonna say Chernivtsi, a city in the Ukrainian SSR of the Soviet Union, now Ukraine. There we go. Yeah, and apparently she used to say that she was Russian, but then, after certain things happened between the two countries, she has since come out with, actually, I'm Ukrainian, not Russian. I mean, I was kind of born in the USSR, but blah, blah, blah. So she used to consider herself, or she used to, her Hollywood bio used to just call her Russia. But now she's like, nope, we got to get that corrected. I am Ukrainian. And I think that's kind of cool. And okay, Kenny from the Cove, Mila is the second person to voice Meg. Awesome. I didn't just make that up. Because boy, oh boy, yeah. Thank you for fact checking me on that one. And Pussycat, you saw Jay Leno at the Speedway too. He was driving the pace car. That does not surprise me at all. And you got pictures of it? I'm assuming this was back in the day before his accident, because I don't really know if he's been doing much car racing since his fire. I do know that he has done a couple stand-up shows since he exploded in fire. And apparently he doesn't look nearly as crispy as he could. And by the way, he made a joke about himself being crispy. So even though what I just said was a little bit in poor taste, I was quoting the comedian himself. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, Darlene, right, and others acting with her, and the fact that she did so good in the role didn't matter. What it was, yeah, and it's not against the law. It was, no, not at all against the law. It was just the producers, apparently, of that 70s show, because when you're working with minors, there's extra hoops to jump through. There's extra expense with tutors, and your filming, your filming schedule is a little more limited. There's just, bureaucracy, and they just didn't want to deal with that. But she was like, well, if you want me, you're gonna have to deal with it. And so they did. And let's see here. Pussycat, you have lots of NASCAR autographs, but your favorite is Mario Andretti. That's so cute. Yeah, my mom used to call me Molly Andretti when I was learning how to drive because I drove way too fast. For someone who didn't know how to drive. And Gina, Jay Leno, what? Okay, I'm going to assume you didn't know what I was talking about when I said he caught on fire. All right, so you might know this about Jay Leno. He has a huge collection of cars. And when I say cars, I use that term very loosely. A lot of them are historic, trucks, this, that, and the other thing. And he was working on, I want to say it was like some classic car that had a very strange engine. I mean, I want to say like it was a steam. There was something happened, and it was some kind of non-traditional car, old car. He was in his garage, he was working under it, and he ended up cutting somehow the fuel line ended up being broken, and it vaporized gasoline all under the car. Well, gasoline itself doesn't necessarily burn, but the vapors, they catch on fire like that. And so a spark then, somehow something sparked enough to create a fireball while he was under the car being sprayed with gas. And so his face, and he was burned very badly. But he was taken to the hospital immediately. Someone was in the garage with him. They put the fire out. They took him to the hospital. And he's actually looking not nearly as bad as you would think, considering his face was on fire. Like, I mean, he was on fire. And Kenny from the Cove, Jay does have an antique car that is steam powered. Okay, cool. So I'm not making that part up either. And I think that was the car that he was working on. And somehow things went bad, but he has recovered. He has done a couple shows, and like I said, he's referred to himself as Crispy. So when I said that about him, I wasn't trying to be snarky. I was literally quoting the comedian himself. But he is fine. He is better now. He's recovered. So there you go. So now you're up to date on the Jay Leno gossip. And Rick, you got to see Andretti run the Milwaukee Mile in his turbine car back in the late 60s. What is a turbine car? What's a turbine car, guys? Help a little silly, stupid girl who doesn't know a whole lot of things about cars, like steam-powered cars. When did that happen? And a turbine car. What in the flying fork is that? And so let's see here. Kenny sitting there watching the Islanders versus the Kraken game on ESPN. Good. Kenny, were you here when I got to brag for Poppy Shaney about all of the gifts that he got for his season ticket holder status for the Sharks, 30 some odd years? He got all sorts of fancy pants things like wine and a signed sweater. And so the signed jersey / sweater, Poppy Shaney made it very clear to me that they call them sweaters, not jerseys. So sorry, I didn't mean to slip there and call it a jersey. The sweater right there, as you can see, he got a copy of that, and it's signed by Doug Wilson, number 24. And there you have it. So now you're up to date there, Kenny. I wanted to just let you know, I wanted to shine a spotlight on Poppy Shaney, and let you know what's going on with Poppy Shaney and his little hockey world, because you guys are both hockey fans. And let's see here. Oh, eMusic, you didn't know about Leno's accident either? Yeah, and oh, Pussycat, okay. Not turbine, turbo. Okay, I know what a turbo is. I know what a turbo is. I didn't know what a turbine is, but that's because it wasn't the thing. Okay, so there we go. And all right, so what does Terry have to say about during a press conference in Moscow to promote the R-rated comedy Friends with Benefits? Mila Kunis encountered one Western reporter who had a pointed question for her co-star, sexy back singer turned actor Justin Timberlake, which seemed to infuriate Kunis. When asked in Russian why Timberlake was acting instead of making more music, Kunis took offense and shot back in her native tongue, "Why movies? Why not?" Kunis testily replied, "What kind of question is that? Why are you here?" Oh, I love her. She's a little firecracker from the Ukraine there. I think that's awesome too, that she's able to just like in their native tongue, right back at that Russian person. And also, what a stupid question. I mean, singers cross over to movies all the time. That is a completely logical thing that Justin Timberlake could have been would have. What a silly question. That, I mean, I can totally see why Mila was just like, stop wasting my time with this dumb question. And so let's see here. So now wait a second here. Is there some sort of, hold on. Oh, Poppy Shaney. I guess there's a Mega Million ticket. $20. Got it. Okay. So when you win, Poppy Shaney, clearly you're going to share it with the Statterbox crew. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's how that's going to work. Mm-hmm. Yep. And Kenny and Darlene, Jay has a massive auto collection. And really, I mean, the collection is so massive that I'm not even sure you could call it an automobile collection at this point, because it encompasses, I mean, I guess a steam-powered car is still an automobile, but I mean, it encompasses a lot of wild stuff, for sure. And so let's see here. Pussycat, you have a massive die-cast collection as big as Jay's. I don't know. What's a die-cast collection? What's a... Okay, you guys, let's learn something new today. What's a die cast? What? I don't know what that is, Pussycat, so help. And, oh, the Hot Wheels. Oh, so now, Pussycat, are you saying that you've got a Hot Wheels collection as big as Jay Leno's auto collection? Or are you saying that Jay Leno also has a Hot Wheels collection and yours is just as big? Because I get the impression that you might be comparing your Hot Wheels collection to his actual car collection, and I think that that's really cute. And Kenny from the Cove, his collection is so big, there used to be a show on TV called Jay Leno's Garage. Oh, wow. You know, and I know that this is me being super paranoid, right? But I don't know if I want my cars, if I had a collection like that, I don't know if I'd want to have my cars on my garage on camera like that. I'd be afraid that people would use it to stake out the place and like steal stuff from me. And I know that that's like super, super paranoid. I get it. But there's a foundation, there's a method to my madness. Back in the day, Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous used to tour homes of the rich and famous, and then coincidentally, a lot of those homes ended up getting broken into and robbed because the place was able to be cased out on television. You can see like, oh, that's exactly, the front door's there, and that, you know, priceless painting is 3 feet from the front door. Okay, you know, put that on my want list. And so I know that Jay Leno, obviously his garage has incredible security, but people still, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So yes, am I paranoid? I guess so. And Rick and Darlene are clearly up on the terminology that I am clueless about. Diecast, the 2-inch metal nighttime archbreaker. Darlene, I'm thinking Hot Wheels. They're really pricey collections too. Can't believe how much some of those diecast cars cost. Yeah, I guess, I mean, it makes sense. You know, I remember back in the day as a kid, you know, they were a really fun toy to play with, and they were heavy. They were metal. I mean, I don't know if now they're still made as quality construction as they used to be, but yeah, I'd be willing to bet that if they're in good condition, which probably very few are, they probably are worth a lot. Because I know that, you know, kids, the kids that I played with, Hot Wheels cars with, we played with them. We did not collect them. We did not save them. We did not cherish them. We played with them. They got a little rough for the wear. I'm not so sure that the ones that I played with as a youth in the 70s would be what is considered collectible at this point. And let's see here. Pussycat, the first race was in 1903 on the beach in Ormond, a Benz against the steamer car. Okay, I guess there was a steamer car. And thus racing was born on the beach in Ormond. Okay, here we go. And it looks like, wait, Option, I guess collects the little cars too. I missed that. And let's see here. Pussycat, you have 18 Super Thresher Hunt cars in the collection. I don't know what that means. What's a Super Thresher Hunt cars? What's it? What? Huh? What is that? What are those? And let's see here. Yeah, Darlene, exactly. Even girls like to play with little Hot Wheels cars. I mean, we played with them. And you know, that meant the paint got rubbed off, a wheel might get missing, etc., etc. Oh, you were talking to Pussycat, not Option. Got it. Yeah, fingers and things. I got it. I'm finally catching up. I get it now. And Terry in Scotland, David Frost had a show in the UK called Through the Keyhole, like Homes of the Rich and Famous. did they did those celebrities ever get robbed? The way our celebrities got robbed? I'm not so sure why I feel like that's a point of pride. The way our celebrities got robbed, did your celebrities get robbed? And let's see here. Oh, treasure hunt. Okay, wait. All right, so Pussycat auto spell. You have 18 super treasure hunt cars in your collection. Okay, but that still doesn't answer my question, or rather, it leads me to a different question. What's a treasure hunt car? Yeah, what's a treasure hunt car? Or is a treasure hunt car just a generic term for really rare versions of cars that people go hunting for? And when they find them, it's a treasure. Does that make sense? An option, you do have one Hot Wheel on your desk, and it's a little red MX-5. Okay, Pussycat, so those are the valuable ones. Those are the ones that people go hunting for, and then they become treasures. Got it, okay. Got it, okay. And Kenny from the Cove, second period, Islanders 1, Kraken 2. Well, Kraken better keep on cracking. I don't know what their season is so far this year, and I don't really know if I could call myself a fan, but they're from my town, so go Kraken! Go Kraken! By the way, you guys, the Kraken troll, or whatever it is, it's not a troll, I don't think, I don't know what they're calling it. I love him, but lots of people in the area do not love them. They don't like that logo, or they don't like the new mascot for the Kraken at all. But they're wrong, because he's very cute. And Terry in Scotland, most of the fancy houses in London are owned by Russian oligarchs. Yeah, that doesn't really surprise me. After the USSR fell in 1991, a lot of crazy stuff happened in Russia, and a lot of people got really, really rich really quickly. And yeah, I'm not at all surprised that that some of those Russian oligarchs are just like, I'm going to diversify my real estate portfolio. London looks nice. I might buy the entire town. And I'll buy 5 Londons, one for each day of the week, and then weekends I'll be someplace else. That's how much money a lot of those Russian oligarchs seem to have, in my opinion. And I know that is I'm not saying all Russians are that rich, but the Russian oligarchs, dude, they've got more money than God. Okay, so Kenny from the Cove coming in, agreeing with Pussycat. The treasure hunt cars are limited edition releases. Kind of hard to find. Gotcha. And okay, so Pussycat, you asked lamely how many metal makes. He said they won't say. Okay, so that sentence has me very confused. Pussycat, you are like, everything you're saying, I don't know what you're talking about, and you're teaching me something new with every sentence that you post. So you asked lamely how many metal makes. Who's lamely? And I'm going to assume that you mean Mattel, not metal, right? So stupid. Okay, so you asked lamely. I don't know who lamely is or whatever, but you asked how many Mattel makes, and they won't say. Okay, that makes sense. But who or what is a lamely? Or was lamely not even something you meant to write? But Mattel, I get it now. It took me a second. Mattel, I'm assuming, is what you're talking about, because Mattel makes the little Hot Wheels, right? Don't they? They do, right? Gina. Oh, Gina, that's a beautiful question. More money than God or more money than a televangelist? That is exactly what a great question. Yeah. More money than a televangelist even. Because God doesn't even have as much money as a televangelist has got. Oh. Let's see here. Darlene, your dad gave you a little red truck, diecast. Oh my God. Darlene, Her dad gave her a little red die-cast truck where the little headlights even light up. You still have it and can't part with it. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I'm very excited about that. And okay, so Lamely is actually a person. You did mean to say that. And he previews Hot Wheels on YouTube. Got it. So he's a content creator on YouTube. Okay, cool, awesome. Learning something new. Now, Kenny from the Cove, Russian oligarchs can afford to buy the Catholic Church. Probably. But, yeah, Darlene, I bet your brothers were so jealous. And Terry, God can't handle money. He's always asking for more. He has a spending problem, doesn't he? I think he's got a shopping addiction. I don't even want to know how many Amazon boxes he's got in that back room. Because I swear, I see like 5 or 6 Amazon boxes on his front porch every single day. So now, Darlene, well, actually, anybody who knows anything about the die-cast cars, like a die-cast truck like that with the lights that go on, that's got to be worth something, right, you guys? I mean, that's a big deal. And then, Darlene, these questions are focused at you. So, how big is this little car? How big is the truck, I mean? And then, how do you turn the lights on or off? And then, is there batteries that you use to do it? Yeah, so I've got a lot of different questions. But basically, how do the lights turn on, and do you need batteries for it? Pussycat, it's a dumb hobby for me. I'm too old for toys, but you love it. Honestly, Pussycat, I think that you and half the universe are in the toy collecting game, and you're all adults. I swear, half the toys that get created for adults like you. So it might be a dumb hobby, but you're not the only one with the dumb hobby. In fact, I dare say it's such a popular hobby that it's not dumb. Because this many people can't be that dumb. And e-music, exactly. We all need our toys. For e-music, it's crayons. Precisely, yes. I wouldn't say for me it's crayons, but I will say for me it's colored pencils and crayons and markers, Sharpie markers. Those are my 3 vices when it comes to stuff I really don't need a drawer full of, but as I'm looking at the drawer full of them, but I have a drawer full of them and a box full of them. Okay, so, oh my God, it's small. It's the size of an average die-cast, and yes, very little watch battery with a tiny button on, or little slide type button. Wow, dude, that is so awesome. And so Pussycat, see, and that's the whole thing. You hunt for the fun of it. Precisely, yeah. I mean, actually, one of my silly things that I hunt for and don't really need is kitchen stuff. Like, I will go to thrift stores and just look in the kitchen stuff, and I'll buy this. Like, I found a set of copper bowls, copper bowls that like regularly would go for, $50 a bowl. I found them for a set of 3 for $11, and so it was like, well, how can I not? Do I need 3 copper bowls? No. Do I already have 1 copper bowl that I use and don't need the other 3? Yes. Why did I buy the 3 copper bowls? Because it's all about the hunt. It's all about the hunt. And I found them, and they're mine now. And, right, exactly. You get excited when you find a cool truck. Totally. Rick, turn on the lights. Darlene is the mechanic on that truck. I don't touch it. That is very wise. That is very wise. And option, are copper bowls microwave safe? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no. But here's the deal, dude. I don't have a microwave. What? Yeah, that's right. I don't have a microwave. So it doesn't matter if they go in the microwave or not, because I don't have a microwave. music, exactly. They needed to stay as a set, so I had to buy them all to make sure that they all stayed together. I had to adopt them. I did. I had to adopt them. And let's see here. Gina, you're like that with books. Yeah, actually. I mean, I'm not like that with books, but even though I'm not like that with books, I still manage to collect way more books than I need to be collecting. Books just sort of, I can appreciate that. And Rick, I think you heard me. I think you know what I said. I think you know what I said. I don't have no microwave. Terry in Scotland, who doesn't have a microwave? I would starve without my microwave. Yeah, a lot of people really freak out over the fact that I don't have a microwave. I haven't for years. And the odd thing about it is my sister and I are very different people in a lot of ways, but we're also like carbon copies of each other in other ways. And my sister and I are not close. We don't talk much at all. In fact, actually, maybe I should text her Happy New Year. I kind of forgot about that. But anyway, so I hadn't had a microwave for at least a decade. This was a while back. And so I ended up going over to my sister's house for dinner. And she also did not have a microwave. And not only did she not have a microwave, she got offended by the thought that a microwave would even be in her kitchen. And I kind of feel that way too. And so even though we hadn't seen each other for probably a decade, and unknowing to each of us, we both had developed an aversion to the microwave that we both like. It's just a strange thing that we sisters have in common. We just, even though we didn't, I didn't influence her decision. She didn't influence my decision. We just both came to the conclusion ourselves very separately. Microwaves have no place in my home. No, not at all. And whereas most people freak the flying fork out to find out that we don't have a microwave. Pussycat, it's good for warming coffee. That's so funny you should say that, because one of my friends was complaining. He had half a cup of coffee that he wanted to warm up, and he was complaining that I didn't have a microwave to warm the coffee up. And so as he was complaining, I took the coffee cup out of his hand, went into my kitchen, put on a pan, poured his coffee into the pan, and it was just this much flippin' liquid in the pan, turned the pan on to medium, and by the time he was done complaining that I didn't have a microwave to warm his coffee up, I poured the warm coffee back into his cup and gave it to him because it took less than 30 seconds on the stovetop to reheat the coffee. You can live without a microwave. You can live without a microwave. And also, let's see here. As far as the popcorn goes, dude, even if I had a microwave, I would not make popcorn in the microwave. I cannot stand how microwave popcorn tastes or smells. There's just no. So when I make popcorn, I put it in, I have this weird thing. It's called a pot, and it's metal, and it's got a lid that goes on top of it. And then I do this really weird thing. I put the pot on the stove, right? And then, get this, check this out. I take a little bit of oil, and I put the oil in the bottom of that pot. And then I wait until the oil is kind of hot. And then I put one piece of popcorn in it to see if it's hot enough. And when it pops and it's hot enough, I put the other popcorn in there. And then I put the lid on it. And I just shake the pot every once in a while. And then the popcorn gets made in the pot on the stovetop. That's how I make popcorn, guys. I mean, like, how do you flip and think you made popcorn before there was microwaves? And I do like Jiffy Pop, actually, Kenny. Jiffy Pop is super good. I really enjoy Jiffy Pop, but I don't use Jiffy Pop. I just make my own. But now, because I don't use Jiffy Pop, mostly because I kind of forgot about it. I think I might. I think I might. Have to go get some Jiffy Pop now that you've reminded me of Jiffy Pop. Terry in Scotland. You would never allow a person without a microwave anywhere near my taxes. Well, if it makes you feel any better, the office that I work out of to do the tax stuff, it has 2 microwaves. 2. It's 2 microwaves. So technically speaking, it averages, like, I could say I have a microwave, I guess. I have access to a microwave at work. Let's see here. Now, and when you say the whirly pop, do you mean that little contraption that, like, turns the lid that has the little metal thing that turns the popcorn? Because I don't have that, but if I did see one at the thrift store, I might buy one. Pussycat, exactly. Put some oil in a pan, add the popcorn, put the lid on, and cook. Exactly. That is, okay, yes, it has the horizontal crank. Okay, yeah, it does the, or whatever, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've never used one, but if I saw one in the thrift store, I might actually consider getting that. Even though I don't make popcorn that often, and I don't have that much room in my kitchen, I still feel like that is a kitchen utensil worthy of my microwaveless kitchen, as it were. And, let's see here. Kenny from the Cove, you just haven't lived until you've fried a Pop-Tart for breakfast. Well, but Kenny, I have a toaster. Pop-Tarts, they're supposed to pop out of the toaster. I have a toaster. It's Pop-Tarts come from a toaster. Not the microwave. Pop-Tarts come from a toaster. Gina, what heat setting? Low, medium, high? If you're asking about the popcorn on the stovetop, I generally just do medium. I might do a medium high to get the oil heated up quicker. But I just do medium because once the oil is, hot enough, and it doesn't take that long. The only thing you really do have to do is to shake the pan every once in a while to make sure that the kernels that are on the bottom get sort of shuffled to the top, because the popped kernels that are on the bottom get them sort of shuffled to the top, so the unpopped kernels go to the bottom, but also you don't burn, you don't want to end up burning the actual popped kernel. But basically, yeah, you just, shake it every once in a while and it'll pop, 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 pop. And then once it stops popping, like once the kernels stop popping for, if there's like a second between each pop or whatever, or maybe 2 seconds, then it's done for the most part and you're good. And so, Pussycat, your wife Sherry got a toaster oven for Christmas. That's super awesome. Some people love them. I've considered getting one, but I have an oven and I have a toaster, so meh. And Terry in Scotland, you are the one that made me laugh. Honestly, when did I ever have a medium high? That's a very good question. That is a very good question. It's sort of an all or nothing with me, isn't it? Oh, that's funny. And Pussycat, exactly. It's not about the speed. It's about how the food tastes. And a lot of microwave stuff just doesn't really taste good to me. I like how it, to me, and I have no doubt in my mind that this is all psychological, but to me, if you heat water for, like, say, a mug of tea, you heat water in the microwave, that hot water tastes different than if you heated it on the stove. And I don't like how that hot water tastes when it's heated in the microwave. Because I'm weird like that. So, so I'm totally with Pussycat here. It's not about the speed. It's about how it tastes. Pussycat, you pretty much won't eat anything from the microwave. Yeah, exactly. And another reason actually why I don't have a microwave, and this is really this is just as true as anything else that I've said today. There's a lot of food that is like made to be cooked in the microwave that's just junk, crappy food that I don't need to be eating. But if I had a microwave, I probably would eat it. So like all those ready-made freezer meals and like Amy's enchiladas and blah, 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 all that stuff, like I don't need to be eating that every day. But if I had a microwave, I probably would. And so, and Rick, a microwave taste? But that's exactly why microwave is perfect for leftovers. I will say reheating is about the only thing that the microwave is acceptable for. That being said, I can still reheat stuff on the stovetop or in the oven just as easily as and have a crispier crust or whatever, because the microwave really messes with texture, both bread and meat. So I just prefer the stovetop. Now, obviously, everybody else has their personal taste. Option is coming in with nothing tastes good unless it has microwave carcinogens in it. How would you make my masterpiece Hot Pockets without a microwave? Well, that's true, Option, because Hot Pockets require a very specific way of cooking. And I have yet to find any other way other than the microwave to create the scorching hot outer layer that will burn the skin off of your tongue while maintaining an ice cube in the center of the Hot Pocket. Nothing but a microwave can do that. Nothing but a microwave can do that. So you're right. Your infamous Hot Pockets absolutely need a microwave to be enjoyed properly. Because the only way to enjoy a Hot Pocket is by scorching yourself with the first bite and then biting into the ice cube in the second bite. And let's see here, E-Music coming in. You've read that it's better to heat up leftovers on the stove to kill germs, which don't go away in the microwave. Well, now, E-Music, I don't know if you're right or not, but I'm gonna act like you're right, and I'm gonna keep talking about. I'm gonna use that as an excuse next time someone talks to me about this. I don't know if you're right, but we're gonna say you're right, and I'm gonna quote you, and that's gonna be another reason why I prefer my stove and my oven. That's right, Ann. I'm dissing the Hot Pocket. You got it. All right, you guys, we are 3 minutes past the bottom of the hour, and so thank you so much for indulging this odd controversy of microwaves and whether or not they should exist, and Hot Pockets and how they should be prepared. I think we all can agree, though, a Hot Pocket is best prepared in the microwave. You gotta have the ice cube in the middle. You gotta have the lava on the out. And Darlene, I know you're asking Ann if I've ever had a homemade Hot Pocket. I have not, but I would love to try one because I bet you it is so much better than the frozen ones. How could they not be? And E-Music, you stopped using a microwave when I learned that leukemia is caused by radiation, including microwaves. Well, there's another good reason as well. But like I said, ultimately, a couple of the reasons why I don't is I'll be eating food I shouldn't be eating if I got a microwave, and it takes up too much room in my tiny little kitchen. Okay, you guys, I hope that our little Hot Pocket microwave conversation filled you with some giggles. I think we're going to wrap it up, and we will see each other on Wednesday. But before we see each other on Wednesday, I hope to see you guys on Andy Boomatai's new version of the Daily Pigeon podcast. He's going to have his co-host, Augie T, and it's going to be happening at a different time than usual. I believe it's going to be happening 1 p.m. on Tuesdays. That's 1 p.m. Hawaii time. So you're going to have to do your own math to figure out when it's going to be there for you. I know it's a weird time for some folks. It might be a little bit awkward for me to make it in, but I'm going to try. And so I hope to see all y'all on Tuesday at Andy Boomatai's new little black hat session that they're having this Tuesday. But if we can't see each other then, I hope to see you on Wednesday. And Happy New Year's to 2023 and all of us in it. All right then, I will catch y'all later, and hopefully we will see each other soon. Take care. You guys, I'm coming in again. It's not Monday. I mean, it's not Tuesday. It's Monday. Monday, January 2nd. I'm getting this off. We're off to a bad start this year with days already. Monday, January 2nd. All right, now I'm really signing off. Hopefully you guys heard. It's Monday, not Tuesday. Thank you so much.